Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Miss P. And of course, I got a story for you. I know I'm breathing hard. I'm walking, health purposes, Gotta walk. So, this story is about my old best friend. We met each other when we was 12 years old. And it was a weird encounter. We were walking home from school. And we both went to Ryan at the time. And we just so happened to meet each other. We lived in apartments right next to each other. So, it was like inevitable. We ended up being friends. So, for a while, our friendship was unbalanced. We both was from single-parent households. However, my mom was a little bit more manageable. Not trying to throw no shade or nothing, but it's true. We both said it, so. And she didn't really know how to be a friend due to how her mom was. And that's very unfortunate. But over the years, I had got fed up. So I would bring, like, sleepovers. I would bring all the food. I would have my money. She wouldn't have hers. It was always something. Like, it was never balanced. She was always taking and never bringing to the table what she could bring. So, like, one incident. She had money to go to the carnival, but she didn't want to spend her money because she wanted to get her hair and nails done. But she knew we was going to the carnival. I had my money. Supposedly she had her money. And we went. Next thing I know, she buys like one or two things, her drink, which is refillable, and food. Okay, bet. I buy mine. Yeah, she picking off my plate. No, ma'am, you bought your food, I buy mine. We walking through the carnival. I spot $20 on the ground. Oh, my goodness. Somebody dropped $20 at a carnival. Yahtzee. So I hurry up and pick it up. She was like, what is it? I say, 20. I say, but I'm going to keep it. And so she thought we was going to split it. Oh, first of all, I found it. Second of all, you was reaching in my plate most of this trip or this event that we was attending. So, no. I found it. It's mine. So I hid it in a hole in my purse. Yeah, I just snitched on myself. I did. I hid it. No, ma'am, we are not about to split it. But I wasn't that type of friend that sit up there and just lie up in your face and shit like that. So I said I lost it. And that was it. So we left it at that. Then, comes down to birthdays. Me and her are a week apart. Her birthday is a week before mine. And we would always celebrate together. No issue. But her celebration involved her siblings and little kids. Just babies. Like, parents were so rude and ruthless. They would come to her birthday and just drop their kids off. So I felt bad. So, of course, every year we would have a kids party with her for her birthday. And then for my birthday, we'll go out. Well, it happened over the years. Kept happening. We got exhausted about it. And so, when we turned 25, that's when our friendship was really tested. She had this boyfriend, very manipulative, abusive, talked about her all the time, took her stuff. Like, one incident, I was over their house chilling, over her apartment, chilling or whatever, and he was pouting that she wouldn't get his game system out of the pawn shop because their rent was due. He wanted her to sacrifice rent because she was working at Denny's at the time. We was making good tips, but it wasn't like, getting your game out the pawn shop and still pay rent type. Like, who does that? And I'm like, you bet not. And she did. This girl done had so many damn apartments. I'm trying to figure out how it happened. But whatever. So, this is one of the hot messes. It's like, girl, no ma'am. Still doesn't have nothing to do with me, right? So, I never cut off our friendship because of her guy encounters. I've had bad ones. Of course, I'm telling all my stories right now. So, I was just so, with that. But I've never done nothing that stupid. Let's keep the record clear. I'm paying my rent regardless. So, we do that. Now, I always came through for her regardless of what the situation was. When she had her car, never picked me up. We never did a ride around. None of that. I get my car. You ain't came by to see me. Why we ain't been nowhere? Why haven't we done anything? It's like, oh, you want to do shit when I'm doing shit. But when you got people in the car with you and y'all sitting up there making Snapchats just riding around Houston, you couldn't swing to pick me up because I see room in the back seat. So it was no issue. But it's cool. Then when it comes down to finances, she always never have money. She'll have some, but then pretend it's like for something else. And then get in with everybody else. Then, when it comes down to being on time, I'm very punctual. I'm on WP time. I'm on CP time. I'm on both of them, really. It just depends on what it is that makes me want to be punctual. Her, it could be anything. She is late. And then, mind you, she wear the same thing most of the time, all the time, because she don't like getting dressed. She don't like the efforts of getting dressed. But yeah, she wanted to still be attractive and all this other stuff she was telling me. It's like, you're not doing the requirements of that. Trying to be her friend. But whatever, she never cared about herself enough. Let me say that. She cared about herself to get what she wanted and what she needed to do. But she never cared for herself. So, that's what put a strain on our relationship. But it was like some shit I could shake out. Because she was there for me when I got sick. When I got sick with my scleroderma, she was the only friend that kept in communication with me. Not much, but more than other people. Everybody else dropped me like a hot potato. Her, she still stuck around. But it was at her own leniency, which was fine because, again, it was kind of like babysitting me at times. But once I got more mobile, it was like, girl, chill out. It's not that serious. But she didn't understand me. So, we do that. And approaches the 25th birthday. I told her what my plans were prior to. Of course, her birthday turned out to be some kiddie party. I stayed. I helped decorate. I did her makeup. I did her hair. I set up. I entertained and welcomed people while she was getting dressed, because of course she's late. Because she had to do everything by herself, but, like, not by herself because I was there, but she just took forever to get dressed. So, my birthday, we go out. I'm going to go out personally. Single woman, no kids. I'm going out. And I'm 25. I'm going. We went out, and she didn't go. Never showed up. Now, what was so messed up about it was, this is how it went down. I went to her house to get dressed. I was so excited. I was trying to make sure she didn't be late to the whole situation. And she wanted her boyfriend to go. He's not a go-out type person. He already said that. Some bad things happened at the club, whatever, yada, yada, yada. So, I'm like, okay, whatever, let's try to convince him into going. He decides to go. Like, oh my gosh. He finally said yes after a whole hour and a half of asking him. And his brother was going. So it's like, okay, cool, let's go, let's go. I go downstairs to get the car ready, get everybody, get the stuff out the way, you know. Car ain't always clean. And she comes downstairs. Mind you, she was dressed before I left out the apartment. Come downstairs in her pajamas. I was pissed. Because, mind you, she had walked to the car with me to let them get dressed. Because I was like, get out their way, don't make them change their mind. No. She goes back upstairs talking about she forgot her jacket. I'm guessing pissed him off in some type of way. She come back down her pajamas to come back and get her jacket. I said, get your shit and get the fuck out my car. Yep, I said it. Get your shit and get the fuck out my car. Like, are you serious right now? And we getting ready to leave right now? What did you say to him? Why did you go back upstairs? Why didn't you text him to bring you your jacket? So I just felt like she manipulated a bunch of shit where everything went her way and it was about her all the goddamn time. Double dates, loudest one, beating on him while we at the table, eating off his plate like a bunch of wild mastodons. It was like, girl, it's not that serious. We on a double date. There's no competition here because I don't want no game wanting, not rent playing dude. Like, who wants that? I've had my bad choices, but they paid their bills. So, yeah, I had to end the friendship on my birthday because we were supposed to go to this Jamaican club. I love it. I miss it. Wherever it is, Rhythms, come back to me. So, we're supposed to go to Rhythms. I went by myself. I bought me a punch, a Jamaican punch is what it's called, because it sneak up on you. I bought me one of them. And I just enjoyed myself by myself for about an hour. Next thing I know, her friend, like I knew the friend, but we wasn't friends like that. We just spoke to each other, quantities and shit. We never had no beef, no nothing. It's just, oh, okay, that's her. So she comes there to the club. Mind you, this is like a secondhand invitation because I didn't invite her technically because I didn't know her like that. But it's like, oh yeah, you come on, girl. It's no problem. Well, she comes. Home chick buys drinks. And we get to dancing. We had a good time. Then my cousin come through. She get the hookah and we all set. Blast. I stopped talking to her. I really did. It was like, how can your friend show up for me, but you can't show up for me? So I stopped talking to her for a whole year. She was steady trying to get in touch with me. Even her boyfriend tried to help, which I thought was weird, but he really liked the friend that I was. Not trying to toot my horn, but he did. It was true. So, yeah. I was like, I can't talk to you. So the year after that, she tried again, and that's when I met Mr. Ohio. And his story is already on YouTube, so check it out. Met Mr. Ohio through them, and then once he left, I couldn't deal with her at all no more. Selfish, not considerate, only on her time, but didn't want to be a part of everything I'm doing. That's not the friendship that I signed up for. So, yeah, I ended it. It was hurtful too. We bonded, like we was both Aquarius. Come on, that explains itself. No, I'm not big into like zodiac signs like that where I'm like, oh my God, we're so synced. No, I'm talking about as far as we did have a bunch of similarities, bunch of commonalities, and she brought the wild side out of me. Usually I'll be shy to myself. No, she brought out the wild side of me where I was actually outspoken, not giving no cares. And yeah, she messed that all up over dude, selfishness, insecurities, and a number of other things that was just unnecessary to cause the friendship to divide the way it did. So, that's my story on my ex-best friend. I wish things were like completely different, but only people can determine who they want in their life because they're going to mess it up, or is it really meant for them not to be there, which is fine. Don't be there. If you're not supposed to be here, don't be here. If you're supposed to be here in my life, and I cut off our friendship permanently at the age of 27, because you people go back. I go back. I went back because it was fun. We had fun. But if it's not healthy, let it go. It's hurtful. But that thing is ran its course, baby. And that's about it. All right, I'm done with my walking. It's time for me to get some water, some food, and some peace. The end.